his vision from Jesus, and we're back to kind of these opposing sides represented by Babylon, the city of wickedness and evil, and Jerusalem, the city of the faithful. And it seems that in Pergamum, both of those powers kind of converge. And sometimes in our own culture, you have that clash of what God's doing through God's initiatives and what the culture is doing that opposes that. That sometimes we experience a clash. In one sense, though, it was kind of a mixture in the city of Pergamum. If you think about the warning here is to be careful how you worship. We think of Sunday morning as our place of worship, our time of worship, where we focus our hearts in worship. But if we think about where is your focus the rest of the week, where does your energy go when you have a problem, when you're in pain, when you're struggling? When we're stressed, sometimes we try to escape through various means. You don't have to dig very far to come up with social problems and things that are dragging our community down. And one of those that I found was the number one issue for teenagers seems to be substance abuse. And if we think about that, that is not unique to Davenport or the Quad Cities. Every community seems to be wrestling with substance abuse for the younger students. The bigger issue is, where does that lead as you go through life? It sets a pattern. That if we're in pain, we've got painkillers to draw on. If we've got issues or difficulties or problems in life, do we escape through alcohol or drugs? Somebody fears that there's going to be a loss of employment. You stop by the bar on the way home and you get drunk to escape, maybe to kill or deaden the pain. If you lose your job, you stop at the store and get a six-pack and you go home and drown your sorrows. You still have a job. You're going to give it your all because that seems to be the one thing that you need. And so we work really hard to keep our employment, to keep engaged. And yet as we dig a little deeper, why do some people work? Some people work so that they can buy more things, thinking that the stuff of life is what's going to guarantee happiness. And in essence, what we throw our energy into, what we give ourselves to, is a part of our worship. And so in one sense, what you do for a job can become that central focus in your life. And we can worship our job. We can worship the stuff that we buy with our salary. And this letter comes as a warning. The people of Pergamum and the people in the church in Pergamum were having trouble kind of mixing this all together and getting tangled up. And so the third church to receive a letter gets this message. And it begins with a different greeting. The other greetings that we've heard, Smyrna last week, this message is from the one who is the first and the last, the one who was dead but is now alive. The first Sunday in this series, Ephesus received a letter, and it was Jesus saying, I am the one who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, who walks among the 7 lampstands of the churches. Kind of a poetic beginning.